Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today it's time for another round in London. I'll hit play and give myself a 3-minute limit to try and pick out where I am and start the game. Let's see how we do. Okay, after a quick bit of loading, this is pretty central, I think. These big buildings, these buildings are big for London, and yes, that's right. W1, City of Westminster. Those buildings are big for London, and you also get these beautiful squares. So we had there, what was it? Bryanston and George Street. W1, George Street. Okay. George Street's quite a long street, and it goes east-west. So let's get in there and see if we can find... Now you can pick out these squares because they have a... they all appear on the map, but there's lots of them. That's the problem. So why don't we try going somewhere a bit? So we've got George and Bryanston. Okay, so let's carry on. Oh, we're on the pavement for some reason, but come on, hurry up. Seem to be going a bit slowly. We're heading west. We're a minute and 40. This is going quite slowly as well. Come on, please hurry up. Oh, we're about to hit this guy. It's very strange that all the images seem to be taken from the pavement. But anyway, I'm just trying to get somewhere basically like a major intersection. It looks like there's one coming up which we could recognize, which might help me at least. We've got a Marriott hotel here. That could help. So we've got a Marriott, and, if we come to a tube stop, for example, that will help me. Edgware Road, W2. Okay. That's interesting. I think we were in W1 before, so Edgware Road is up here, actually. That I do recognize. I think this is Edgware Road down here. So, we were traveling west, weren't we? So... Bryanston Square, that's right. George Street and Bryanston Square. I think we started there. We travelled west down George Street very, very slowly, and we've got to Edgware Road here, A5. So, I think that's where we started. Let's just go back to double check. Yes, that's right. We were looking sort of northwestish onto the square, and we started a bit further back, actually, didn't we? Is there a road behind us here? In the middle of this square, sort of, yes there is, look at that, that helps a bit. So there we go, we're about there. In fact, zoom in a bit and really nail it. Okay, so this is the north side of London here, north of Hyde Park, which is here, and sort of very close to Paddington, which is a large train station in London. Okay, just 8 yards away. Next round. As I think I've said before, I do expect to do okay in London, given that it's home for me, so should do well. Those are quite large buildings, and that there, in fact, I recognise this. That building there says C. The name of this building is actually C Containers House, which is a strange name. I have absolutely no idea why it's called that, but anyway, C Containers House is the name. And it's on the south bank of the river here. So where is that again? Sea Containers. There you go. Temporarily closed. I know it says it's a restaurant. I think there's a restaurant in it, but the name of the building is Sea Containers. Anyway, so that's the one I recognise there. And if you can tell, we're looking south according to the compass here, straight at it. So we're actually looking over the River Thames here. You just can't see it. Now I see some street signs here, so we'll just go and... Oh. Perhaps gone a bit far. Not quite. So we should be able to triangulate ourselves pretty quickly. We've got Carmelite EC4 and Talus. So we're looking on the north side of the river here for Carmelite. There it is. There is Carmelite. There is Talus there. And we started up here, didn't we? So let's just go back to the beginning. And, we're about, what are we, between these two junctions, this one, and we're closer up here towards the main street, aren't we? So I think, actually, I'm pretty happy with my pin there. Let's go with that. Excellent. 7 yards away. Next round. Right, this is altogether more residential, very modern residential building there. Don't like the look in that direction. Oh no, maybe that looks like a dead end. So we're going to have to go this way. Let's get to the streets. Right. Mecklenburg Street, WC. That's very strange. I don't recognize WC. This is interesting. Mecklenburg is also a strange name, not one I recognize. So Heathcote, Mecklenburg, and where are we now? This is altogether a more major road, isn't it? So what do we have here? No street sign, unfortunately. So we'll just have to come back to that one in a second. Oh, come on. I'm trying to see what this says here, but I can't, unfortunately. That would be a useful sign to read. These are sort of touristy information signs, but unfortunately it's just too jumbled. So we'll have to travel. So we're going southeast at the moment. Peregrine's Pianos, Guildford Street, WC1, and Gray's Inn Road. Right, well, I recognise Gray's Inn Road. And we've got here also the borough. Boroughs are like funny sort of administrative districts in London, but it says Camden there. Camden, Gray's Inn Road, and Guildford Street. So I happen to know that this is Camden up here. So we should be able, sort of at a relatively easy glance, to find Gray's Inn Road. And that's heading south, because we're heading south and we're on it. So I'd imagine it'd be one of these. Outer Circle, Albany, Hampstead, Evershut, Charlton, Midland, Pancras Square, York Way. I do recognise the name Gray's Inn, but unfortunately we don't seem to have it. What is in walking distance here? Eastman Dental Hospital. Okay, I have absolutely no idea what that is. And we don't have very long here, so Gray's Inn Road, this is going to confirm nothing more than what we already know. I'm going to have to put a pin down and go for a guess. Where do we think we are? Gray's Inn Road, I think, is a little further south, so I'm going to go there. Oh my goodness, look at that. That is a good guess, actually. There is Gray's Inn Road. I just didn't see it, really, did I? But believe it or not, that was a guess. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't know that was where it was, and I certainly didn't realise that that's where we started. So, look, we were on Gray's Inn Road, and where had we come down to? Was it down here? There was a piano shop. Peregrine's Pianos, yes. So we'd actually ended up about here, and we'd come down Gray's Inn Road. But complete guess, and I was looking more in here earlier on, so very lucky with that one. Next round. I think we've been here before. I recognise these arches. Don't you? Yes. We've started in this location before. I think from in my days when I used to play on the iPad. Let's get in there now. It's somewhere down here, isn't it? It's by... These are the Royal Courts of Justice or something, aren't they? Fleet Street? Is that the one that I thought we were on? The Royal Courts of Justice are here. That's right. And then we've got ahead of us, in the westerly direction, this church, which we've started by here. So I'm not even going to move. I'm pretty confident we're there. And there's a Tesco Express across the street. Let's just confirm that before we get too cocky. Yes, that's right. Tesco's Express. Brilliant. Guess. Done. That was an easy one. Next round. Fifth and final round. Not quite full marks. Oh, we're on a boat. Everybody look at us. Right, well, there's the London Eye, so that's good. Sometimes hard to get the boat where you are on the Thames in London, just because it's The bridges aren't necessarily obvious. There's some obviously very famous bridges, but there's some which sort of blend together. So one interesting thing I can point out is earlier on in this very game, we saw Sea Container's house. This is Sea Container's house here, this building. Obviously under some state of repair in this one. This is a famous landmark called the OXO Tower. You can see that because it's got OXO in the bricks in the tower there. And this is the same brand that make OXO stop cubes and other culinary cooking equipment. Or at least historically. And this building is here, OXO Tower Wharf. You see that? And there is Sea Container's house. And we were on Carmel Street before, Carmela Street, weren't we? So look, we're in the river somewhere here. We just need to triangulate a little better to really figure it out, to be honest. We are slightly west of this tall tower. Not sure if that'll help us. This building, this boat here, sorry, building, what am I talking about? This boat here is a permanent boat. I don't really know why or what it is. I think, though, it should be a landmark which is on here. It is. Look at that. HQS Wellington. It says there, school. I don't know about that. So, look, I think we're slightly closer to this bank, aren't we? We're slightly closer to the north bank of the Thames there than we are. In fact, we're much closer. So I'll put us maybe just a fraction closer even towards that boat. And we're just off the bow of this HQS Wellington, aren't we? So we're a bit further west than that. So... good. Right, I'm going to go for the guess there. Not sure if we'll nail that. Yes, we did. 10 yards and 5,000 points. Look at that. All right, view summary. Well, another good round in London. I think next time I'll try and speed it up. 3 very close together here, down around well, I guess the city centre. 1 up in Clerkenwell and Camden, and the other over in Marylebone. So proper central London locations there. But good to see. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you very much for doing so, and I will see you in the next one.